Hello, welcome to Joe's Medicine Tarot. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'd like to take this time to say thank you to the medicine keepers. These are the paying members of this channel. All right, what are the messages? What are the messages? What are the messages? Please bring in the messages. All right, they have arrived. Bless this reading, creator. What's on the bottom of the deck is the beggar. Maybe somebody coming to beg for forgiveness. Maybe somebody's totally broke. Maybe they've overspent. Mystic. First card out is the Mystic. Holy smoke! Are you kidding me? Okay. Either way, it doesn't really matter because they're all now. These are all now. Okay. I feel like you are being seen for the first time as the mystic that you truly are. I feel like you hold knowledge that is not readily known. Your life has been like a university. It has been a classroom, a lab. They just said a laboratory. Your life has been a laboratory. I feel like whether you're aware of it or not, you are a true magician. Because magicians tap into their inner power, and their life is a laboratory. And they see how does that power affect their life. What happens in their life? Does anything change at all in their life? Like, I feel like you are definitely, okay, so the light attributes of the mystic are revels in intimate union with the divine. Beautiful. The shadow attributes of the mystic is delusional rapport with the divine. So I don't feel like you're delusional, but I feel like who's ever on the other side of this beggar card, because I don't feel like this is you. Because of Maslow's scale of needs. Thank you, Stacy. Maslow's scale of needs. I believe it's Stacy anyway. You can't get into the upper dimensions of God or of yourself, of your heightened experience, of your divine experience until you've been in the lower dimensions of yourself, which also means learning how to get a job, learning how to pay your bills, learning how to survive at the physical level, not being a beggar, not putting yourself in a position where you are depleted of all your financial, your energy. And I'm not, no offense to people that have gone into homelessness, you know, but I don't feel that's the kind of beggar I'm feeling here. I don't feel like someone's homeless. They very well could be. It could be due to circumstances that are even beyond their control. Maybe somebody had an emergency fund and it was depleted, you know. Sometimes situations can be harsh. I see what's going on here. Okay, so what they're saying is you are a mystic. You or somebody around you is a mystic. Oh, this was at the end. Okay, this was at the end. I'm seeing that as because not only are you a mystic, but you have the capacity to alchemize some of the worst things that have happened to you. You've not only experienced these things, but you have overcome them. You've overcome them. Not only have you overcome them, but you have developed the language to articulate what it is that you've overcome, what you've come through, the dynamics of it, who was involved, how did it feel, where did it happen? Like you're not you're not a novice to the battlefield, that is for sure. I feel like you have genuine union with the divine, and people get jealous. They want that, but they never. Okay. Oh, that's heavy medicine, creator. Okay, I don't feel this is for you. I feel like what's about to come in is for somebody else. But I'm feeling some people can find their way into the secret door and start practicing certain kind of rituals and nothing will happen. I've heard of that. People getting into the higher dimensions of occult mysticism, certain rituals, and they practice, and these are like nitroglycerin for those that, for others, but for some, not a thing happens. Not a thing. There's no animation. It's not meant for you. It's not, even though you may find your way into the secret door, it doesn't mean you have a contract with it. For others, they find their way into the secret door and they start practicing certain rituals and boom, everything explodes, everything comes to life, everything flourishes, okay? That's what I'm seeing here is you are one that has found your way through the secret door, through the hidden door that is within you. You carry this, you know it, you have a contract with it, it is naturally who you are. It's naturally who you are. You also have the capacity to alchemize, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So I feel like you've alchemized the worst of yourself. You have overcome a lot of things in yourself, maybe your own forms of self-sabotage, maybe your own fears that held you back, maybe resentment, angers, all of it, whatever you've done. I'm feeling it's been a series of you kind of like reaching inward and pulling out what you know, what life tickles awake in you, and what sort of comes to the surface in you, whether it's in a trigger, whether it's anger, resentment, fear, anxiety, whatever it is. And whatever it came up, you were able to meet it, develop language for it, have a relationship with it, and then integrate this as to more of your power, more of your self-knowledge. You know now. You don't push these parts of yourself away. You understand now. When they show up again, you understand. You notice it and move on. You don't notice it and then you're fighting with it. Get back. Like, ow, someone help me. I need to go on antidepressants. I can't stop my mind. Not that I'm saying anything is wrong with antidepressants for anybody, okay? Like, not at all. I totally understand that. I feel like many people end up with, because of imbalance, too much wrath, maybe too much kindness, too much mercy. Either way, shit, I'm gonna have to cut that out. I'm cutting that out. Okay, you are a mystic. No, I will finish that then. This will be for the medicine keepers then. Too much wrath, too much mercy fades the will. It fades your will, your strength, your will to get up and push forward and get behind yourself and push, move, go, come on. I got your back. Let's go. You're your biggest cheerleader. Come on. Okay? Too much mercy fades your will. Too much wrath erodes your connection to life. You numb out, you numb your connection, you numb all the senses. It goes numb. It's like your relationship to life gets far. That's like another. Either way, it's imbalance. With imbalance is the development, not right away, but if that's practiced over and over again, God is law. It will breed some sort of injury, possibly even illness, not to punish you. God is law. It's like when you rub a balloon and you start generating magnetics and the balloon will stick to the wall. The same thing. You start generating the magnetics of a certain consequence. And whatever you have done, you have alchemized this. And you are going to be met with a lot of seekers, a lot of people that are seeking. Some people are looking to have everything explained. They want to get right into the higher dimensions immediately. They're wanting to kind of spiritually bypass. Whatever, man. You got to let people do what they're going to do, even if it's spiritual bypassing. Oh well, that's not your path. That's no consequence to you. You know, like, I don't care. I'm not the one that's going to spend this time on spiritual bypassing, because whatever you bypass will have to be met at some point. Okay, it will have to be met. Whoops. All right, Bluetooth pairing. I feel like, yeah, maybe you will be pairing with it then. You will be meeting with part of yourself. Very interesting. Okay, so what is the mystic? What is the mystic? What is the mystic? For the medicine keepers. Perfect. This is because it's kind of more occultist. It makes sense too. The people that are committed to this channel, even as medicine keepers, you guys are already have some sort of healing capacity. Is it upright or upside down? The Hermit. So whatever this is, whatever mystical capacity that you have, is that the only card that fell down? Yeah. Okay. Whatever kind of mystical capacity you have within you, it is, although the first part of your life, I feel, was very, very busy. It was very busy trying to survive. Trying to fit in. Yes, trying to improve and change your path and trajectory forward. I feel like you've had a very heavy path. You've had a very heavy path. Full of disappointments, lots of moodiness. Okay, that's what I was going to say. People that get into, like, and I was one of them, I almost went on antidepressants. Those of us that have mental health struggles, it's often because part of it may be contractual. We're meant to experience being out of balance until we can understand what being in balance is. You know what I'm saying? But it's some kind of because no one's taught us how to navigate our own seas. I think we had parents, for a lot of us, we had parents that couldn't even navigate their own seas. Maybe they checked out. Maybe there was a lot of alcoholism. Maybe there was just workaholism. Maybe no one talked about their feelings, you know. So we have to figure out a way to get through a major part of ourselves without really engaging with it. And that's when we get into imbalance. And whatever this is, you have come through this. You have come through. You've got the mystical door was open because you are a natural mystic. I'm seeing whatever you've had to go through was through a very difficult path. It was a very difficult road, but it was required. You were being developed in you resilience and perseverance in this path because you were changing your destiny. You were changing the trajectory of your destiny, but it required you seeing what was in you. What was in you. You had to see what was in you that was relative to your contract in your lifetime. You needed to see, okay, they're giving me a quote from Rumi. It is not your task to seek for love, but to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you've built against it. So that's what I'm saying is whatever you had to face into, whatever destiny you were dealt a hand that was not your destiny. It was the creation of the herd. It did not come from you. It came from the people around you, about you. And you were busy trying to change this, trying to shift this, trying to shift the magnetics of it by shifting your own magnetics, recalibrating your compass to true north. You had to face a lot of your own emotional moodiness, a lot of your disappointments, a lot of your pain. And healing from a lot of heartache, healing from a lot of sorrow. I'm getting Scorpio energy, Scorpio. Whether you have a lot of Scorpio placements in your chart or you are a Scorpio sun sign, absolutely. Holy smoke. Okay. What is alchemist? What is alchemist? Become aware. You became aware of your moods, aware of the emotional. Oh my gosh, look at this. Seven of Cups upright, the Seven of Wands upright, the Ten of Pentacles upright, the Four of Wands in reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, the Hanged Woman in reverse, and the Bear upright. So this alchemist ends in the bear medicine. Bear medicine, and I'm speaking of grizzly bears, specifically grizzly bears. Grizzly bears, their diet is carrion, which is decomposing meat, and carrion, and also a salmon, decomposing salmon corpses when salmon's. Okay, so let's just wait. What does this look like in your life? Decomposing meat is the meat of your path, the meat of your diet, of your spiritual journey, of your life, of your path forward. The decomposing meat is something in your life has died, but it hasn't left. It could be a job. You could have stayed at a job even though your contract with it had run out, but you were still, for some reason, still there. So there was some sort of decomposing process going on. It was not yet time to go, because there's nutrients within the decomposition process that aren't found anywhere else, and you need those for where you're going. Another aspect is the salmon. Salmon swim up from the deep of the ocean where there's no light. Salmon are can handle pressure. Very strong fish, very survivors, old soul, old part of your soul, strategic. Salmon swim up from the depths into the freshwater creeks and swim against the current, against the flow. That was part of your diet as a mystic or as an alchemist. Whatever you had to go through, you had to go against the flow. Maybe it was a relationship that died, a marriage, a family, your relationship with family. Something had died. Something had disintegrated, dissolved, disintegrated. I'm feeling more of disintegrated. But you didn't leave yet. And there was some sort of decomposition process going on that you were absorbing in some way, psychically. I feel like this is symbolic and psychic. This was helping you change the trajectory of your life. You were protecting yourself, feeding off of the decomposing illusions that had died, that had sustained you up until now. Now you are like a bear, the bear medicine, the bear healer, the shapeshifter. You know, one of the true foundational skills required, capacities required of a shapeshifter is the capacity to disassociate. How do you change from one role to another role if you can't disassociate, if you're locked into the role? Like they say with the warriors that went into war in Africa, and they would hire or recruit sheep herders or gardeners, farmers, and they would initiate them into the warrior archetype, and then they would go off to war. Then when they came back, if they survived the war and they returned back, the warrior was de-employed, that was decommissioned. They took off the mantle of the warrior and put back on the mantle of the gentle farmer. Okay, these are initiations. They're ceremonial, they are rituals. The berserkers did them, the old tribal minds did them. Yes, okay. So that's what you were doing, is through the devouring of the nutrients in some psychic way of what was no longer alive in your life, you were ingesting the nutrients from the decomposition process, even though it was hard. I feel like it was hard to stay there, but the new had not yet come and you couldn't yet leave. Well, do you see what I'm saying? There had not nothing else has showed up. This is all there is for now. Just hold on. You know what I'm saying? So, I felt like even at times you felt you had been forgotten about. What I'm seeing, the alchemist, I'm seeing you being turned from water into wine, because you were in an area of your life, in a dimension of your life, in a capacity of your life, in a cycle of your life that had closed. And whatever this was, it was like being turned from water into wine, having to sit in this, having to hold this, having to stay somewhere where it wasn't. You had expanded beyond it. I feel like there was internal pressure there. You know how pressure builds up within a vat when there's wine fermenting in the dark? That's what I mean. You were kept in the dark. You were not given the answers yet. The way out had not yet come. And I'm getting, okay, they're asking me to bring this in. You can find this on Paradigm Shift Radio. It was an interview done probably in 2012, maybe 2010, something like that. I think it was Joseph Hewitt, one of the actors. It was one of his friends that had been diagnosed with schizophrenia. And one of his dreams he had, and he was in this interview, and he talked about the experience of having a schizophrenic. It was it was his earlier adolescence, like 19, high school years to like 25. He kind of grew out of it. He grew out of it after a while, because they say sometimes that schizophrenia, your inner hormones and everything going on in your psyche will eventually balance out after 25, because the body's still growing, the brain is still going, everything is still developing. Anyway, he talked about he had a dream that he spent some time in the hospital, about a month. He said he didn't really understand social cues, and some guy was walking home from school, and some man was renovating his house, and this kid watched this man take a bunch of lumber into the front door, and the front door was just open, so he just walked in, and the guy came around the corner or inside the house and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the kid was like, "I don't know, I'm just checking it out." Anyway, the man ended up calling the police. He had like an evaluation. They realized he wasn't doing anything like illegal. He just had some like mental health issues or whatever. So they kept him for like a month. And he said in that time, he had a dream. It was either that time or very shortly after. Yeah, he had a dream that he was like abducted by aliens, and he woke up in some spaceship on an operating table, and he was totally naked. But there was nobody in the room, but he could hear the nurses and doctors and everybody just outside the door in the hallway, and they were talking about him. And he was lying there and he's waiting for them to come in, like, okay, you're gonna operate on me? Like, what's happening? I don't know why I'm here. Like, what's going on? And and he waited and waited and no one came, and they were still continuing on with their conversation. He said he felt like he was there for like an hour, like just waiting and waiting. And finally he was like, well, screw this, when he sat up and hopped down. He didn't know where his clothes were, but as soon as he sat up and hopped down and started walking toward the door, he said he heard everybody in the hallway scream, "Happy birthday!" And it was to him, and he knew it was to him. He felt the energy like being directed at him come into him, and it was this energy of like celebration and excitement and graduation and yay, happy birthday, you've just accomplished, like you've just evolved yourself, gone through some sort of evolution. And he woke up or came out of this vision or dream or whatever it was, but I'll never forget that. It was a very powerful thing. And that's what I'm seeing here is you going through the same kind of thing. You're in charge of your own process. No one tells you when you're done. No one tells you when you're finished. You decide. Even if it's finished with a phase. You're finished with the phase for now. You'll come back to it later. Sometimes you don't have a choice. You think you're done with it and you go. It's just the way it is. Anyway, I got so lost there. I don't remember what I just talked about. But anyway, I was very deep in a channel. Okay. Yes, you're changing your legacy. You are changing the trajectory of your fate. Whatever this was spoken over you was spoken, like I said, by the herd. Okay, thank you. It's starting to come back. By the herd. You have now proven the herd wrong. And you are developing this language. You are proving people wrong. You are not who they said you are. You are who you say you are. This is also being like, also you're unfolding and you have a much more intimate understanding about yourself and who you are. Okay? I feel like people can see you. People can see you, that you are a healer. With this healing energy of you consuming the nutrients of something that is in your life that is currently decomposing. Maybe you haven't left yet. Maybe you're supposed to be here for whatever reason. But this is bare medicine. You are extracting nutrients from something in your life. When it's over, when it's done, it'll be done. But you're not ready yet. You haven't jumped up and hopped off the bed yet. You're still, I don't even know if that's a good analogy. But anyway, I'm sure it's going to resonate with someone. Okay, I know it did for me. As much, and that's it. Yes, when you're done, you'll know. When you're done, you'll know. That's why it is. That's why it resonated. When you're done, you will be hopping up and jumping off the bed, and all your guides will be like, "Happy birthday!" Like, okay, what is seeker? What is seeker? What is seeker? Seeker. Okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah. So you're going to be met with a lot of seekers, people that are going to be wanting answers, that have been feeling like they've been walking through their lives, having no answers, wasting energy and time, but they really aren't. They're just not aware of how the path works. But some people are going to be wanting answers and wanting to ground themselves and become better balanced by looking at how they have contributed to disease in their own life, like dis-ease, unhappiness. They're ready to take, some people are going to be ready to take responsibility in their lives and why they're so unhappy. They are seeking answers. There's going to be finding people that are going to be seeking answers. I feel like there are people in your life that want to approach you now but are afraid to, I feel like some of these people may be people that have betrayed you. Hey, that totally rhymed. I feel like they've betrayed you. And, you know, they say betrayal, this is an occult secret, betrayal, shame, humiliation, abandonment. These are like premature, they're forms of premature homicide. Unless the person who's experiencing the receiving end of them, unless they know how to alchemize this, okay, that kind of betrayal and wounding can make somebody really, really sick, okay. It can affect health. It can affect health over a certain period of time, depending on who you are. Everybody's different. But whoever you are, can we get a couple more with this, please? Tell us a little more about the secret. I feel like somebody wants your help, and it is somebody who left your life not in a good way. Someone who left your life not in a good way. It was tumultuous. It was, I just get a feeling of like almost nausea, like when you're about to go over the peak of a roller coaster and down the other side. I just get this feeling of nausea, of anxiety. When you're about to go on stage, you just feel anxiety, that yeah, I feel like that's how this person feels about approaching you. But whoever this is, and they feel like you are bitter and cold, but I feel like you're not approachable to this person. I feel like this person has tried to maybe not for all of you, maybe this is just like a couple of you, but I feel like this person, or maybe more than one person, has tried to come towards you in the past, but did not come clean, did not come in the right way, and you knew it. You were not interested in any fucking games. No games, please. Don't waste my time. You know? Tell us a little more, Creator. Please tell us a little more. Yeah, whoever this is doesn't want resolution, has been withholding resolution, and now I feel like they don't want to hold it anymore. I feel like they're ready to deal with this in whatever way is required that they have to. Please tell us a little more. Please, Creator, tell us a little more. Yes, I can see why they're scared of you. They have to make a decision, but on whether or not they're going to come and talk to you. I feel like they feel like you are unapproachable, but you're just not interested in bullshit. I feel like you are very attuned. You're very attuned to the subtle energies around you. You're like a spider, and every little vibration, you know exactly what they mean. The vibrations of energetics, the vibration of communication. You are very attuned. What is the outcome of this, Creator? What is the resolution? Is this a resolution? I feel like you are the samurai. I feel like you are the samurai. Yes, you have the power. You're very grounded. You have developed your power on this plane, whatever it is. Sovereignty. You are a system. You have a system. You are connected to a hidden dimension, a system. Your power is within an inward system, secret, and that's all I'm going to say about that. You also have the food of the deep. Yeah, there's certain information I'm not going to bring on. If I feel like that kind of pressure on my belly, I know, like, shut. Yes, you have food of the deep, and it is going to, it gets part, this is your legacy, is to either share this, but this person knows that you are somebody who is very powerful, who is very knowledgeable. They're a little intimidated of you. It's not that you're intimidating, they're intimidated. Okay? What is a lower dimensional card, lower dimensional energy with this dynamic creator? What is a lower dimensional energy with this dynamic? Lower dimensional energy with this dynamic. Thank you. This is Elagos, number 15. This corresponds to the Seven of Wands, Venus, Pisces. I believe the seven of fire. Seven of Wands. And a higher dimensional card. Higher dimensional knowledge for this reading, please. Higher dimensional knowledge with this reading, please. Come on out. There you are. Okay. IAL, Five of Swords. Ooh, God, the highest being. This corresponds to the desire to know, the acquisition of wisdom. Ooh. You know what this says to me is discernment. Discernment. God, the highest being, desire to know, and the acquisition of wisdom. Yeah, I feel like you have someone figured out all right. You have someone figured out. Okay. So this is number 15, Elagos. Number 15, Elagos. Okay, so Elagos, this is about strategy. Ooh, the strategist. Foresight, planning, and long vision. How this energy has come to sabotage you or somebody else is paranoia, power games, and fear-driven strategy. Yes, 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 yes. Fear-driven strategy, like I said, betrayal, being in premature homicide. The clear, okay, so the sovereign power once trained is clear strategic thinking without suspicion. Ooh, I like that. The personal and the entanglement points are mistrust, dominance of dynamics, survival planning, and war mentality. Okay, I feel like this is Aries energy. Symbolic initiation, seeing, or has Aries energy in it. Seeing ahead, how this energy in your life, what it's initiating you into is to seeing ahead without losing the present moment. Yes, yes, yes. This card corresponds to the King of Swords, the planet Mercury, and the zodiac of Capricorn. I plan from clarity, not fear. A force within you sharpens foresight while asking you to release fear-based strategy. Ooh, interesting. So I feel like somebody around you has a fear-based strategy in coming towards you, and that's why they're hesitating. But I feel like they may overcome it. I feel like they may want to get in touch with whatever they are trying to connect to inside themselves to such a degree that they are going to do it. You know, it makes a lot of sense, man. It's how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Okay. Ayahel, God the highest being. This is an archangel. This is Psalm 119 verse 159. This is, consider how I love thy precepts. Consider how I love thy precepts. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy loving kindness. Yes. I feel like somebody wants to come towards you when they are scared. They are scared. I feel like maybe they've experienced your wrath in the past, maybe. Those born under Ayahel will love tranquility and solitude. They will precisely fulfill duties and will be distinguished by their modesty and virtues. Ayahel serves to acquire wisdom and rules over philosophers and enlightened individuals. Soul guardian for those born from 8:20 p.m. to 8:40 p.m. Moral guardian for those born on May 20th, July 31st, October 11th, December 22nd, or March the 4th. Physical guardian for those born from the 19th to the 23rd of January. Very interesting. So I feel like somebody does want to come toward you. I feel like they want to get in touch with their own legacy. I feel like they see you as one hell of an established force, one hell of a system of power. They see you as a great system of power, all on your own. Whatever you have overcome in yourself, you have definitely overcome a lot with the Two of Swords and the Emperor here. Like, you are incredible. Very strong energy. And then the Page of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. This is your legacy. This is your legacy. This isn't new. I feel like you are just bringing this out more onto the physical plane. It may be new to the people around you, but it's not new to you. Okay, let's have some keywords, please, Creator. Some keywords. So yeah, I'm feeling like people are... So the Bagger confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So that's it. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Awakens the spiritual authority. So something in someone around you that may feel like a beggar to you. This could be your energy also too, but I feel like it's somebody who's coming towards you that this has awakened in them some sort of a longing for their own authority, their own agency, and they feel like they see that you have attained it and they want to come towards you and ask for help. Ask for direction. How did you get here? What did you do? What do you know? What can I do? Could you have any recommendation? Any suggestions for me? That's what I feel this is. Very interesting. Okay. Omniscience. Yes, I feel like you are connected to the great I am. You are connected to the great I am. Doesn't mean you know everything, but you are definitely open. You were definitely open. Evocation. evocation, evocation, perception. Hold on, let's see here. Dark magician, omniscience, evocation, perception, dark magician. Yeah, I feel like whoever it is that's coming towards you is somebody that is tried to manipulate you in the past. This dark magician is relative to you. I feel like you're going to have to evoke within yourself, like armadillo armor. Somebody's going to be coming towards you, possibly. This may not be for all of you, okay? Take it if it resonates, even if it doesn't. Just stay frosty, okay? You never know, we never know, okay? But somebody may be coming towards you. Put on the armor of armadillo. Stay soft though, like stay compassionate, stay open, but don't stay frosty, but don't give your power away. Okay, leadership. Yeah, stay within your leadership. Stay within your leadership. When it comes to a dark magician, stay aware. Awareness. I feel like you are aware. A grandfather. I feel like you've got a grandfather who was watching over you and protecting you. You are a sage. You are a sage. And you know how to, you are keeper of secrets. So yes, somebody's coming towards you to try to extract knowledge from you. Yeah, it's kind of like if you want this knowledge, okay, that's what I'm seeing you saying. You have the answers in yourself, man. I can give you my answers, but those are my answers. Those are what worked for me. That's why grimoires, like spell books, that's why spell books don't work. You know, unless it's a book that is like the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, the Holy Bible, like these are high voltage symbolism, linguistics, certain etymologies, high voltage, very specific language and blinds. People say, "Oh, the Bible's all full of shit." No, it's a real grimoire. But you also have to know there are certain words in the Bible that are put there on purpose to deflect the wrong people. Because the Bible is not a book based only on faith. It's a book based on science. It works for a psychopath as well as a saint. Why do you think Hitler was looking for the Ark of the Covenant? Come on now. So yeah, I'm speaking to the magician, okay? Others that don't know that language, don't even, just click off. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading, Medicine Keepers. We'll keep this for you guys, and then we'll publish this to the channel. Maybe not. Maybe I might keep this for you guys only, because I want this mystery school. I don't want it just for everybody, okay? All right, you guys, you take care, and I'll see you guys in the next reading.